So it's very tough for some people to conceptualize where we're at in this market cycle. And believe it or not, that's a normal thing. There is psychology that comes into play when we look at crypto. And we're very close to this transition to the next phase in the psychology of this market cycle, which is a very, very exciting time. And in fact, we're making some very strong moves in our pairing versus ETH, and Shiba Inu is very close to setting a new milestone in terms of holders that I want to talk about with you guys. So if you're new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. What's interesting about this is, I've been trading for over 20 years. I've been in crypto for years now. And, these, these psychological moves, the emotion that comes with crypto, I've gotten it out of my system. These movements really don't bother me at all, frankly. And as people are here longer, they will really understand that they shouldn't be emotionally tied to their money. And we have to go through these phases of psychology in crypto. Right now, we have been in this phase of hope. Okay. In fact, when we lay this over the charts, these look very similar. We basically got out of this phase of depression. We got into disbelief kind of earlier on in the year. We fell down, we corrected, and then in the summer, we started this correction back to the upside. Hope, right? This next extension in terms of Shiba Inu. And now we're on our dip, which is basically right here. Guys, this is where we're at, okay? We are right here prepping for this move into optimism. And what will really confirm this optimism is a new all-time high in terms of Shiba Inu, right? We're right here where people are thinking, oh, recovery is possible. We're close to this extension. The boom is getting ready. And once we hit optimism, it's a very quick run to euphoria. All right. That would be the cycle top. That's what I'm talking about. Later in 2025, wouldn't surprise me that sometime around October. And understand there's still going to be, corrections along the way, dips, but this is where we're at right now. We're prepping for this next move. Now, what I will say is that I know a lot of people have started using the indicator, so I want to show you guys just a couple things here. I like to use this because this gives us a very good sense of where we're at in relation to other points during this cycle. So, for example, I keep referencing back here. And what is so interesting, and back here, for those that are just listening and not watching, back here is January through March, right before our big pump. And you guys can see the momentum on this, the neutral momentum, which is the gray here. It's the exact same thing it was right before Shiba Inu made its next big boom. Okay, right? Bullish momentum, fade to neutral, and then big boom, bullish momentum, fade to neutral, prepping for its big boom. Now, what I like to use this indicator for is for buy signals, for sell signals, just to know like when assets are running a little hot, when there might be good opportunities to accumulate. And again, some of these buy zone flashes on the different time frames, for example, the 4-hour chart, that does a really good job of sensing when there's big overextensions and it might not be a bad opportunity to accumulate. And now this works great on the 4-hour, works great on the 1-hour. The daily I love using for momentum. You guys can obviously change some of the settings on here if you want. So you can turn on and off the momentum signals, the buy zones and sell zones. You guys can actually choose what you want on here. Just to give you guys kind of a brief overview, you can turn those off completely if you want. So feel free to check that out if you guys would like. There is a link in the description below, but I think that's actually a really nice tool to use just to get a gauge of where sentiment is heading towards in the market. And the great news is that we're starting to, again, flip around and prep for this next extension. Now, what's really helping with this in a big way is Shiba Inu continues to gain traction. Okay. We are at almost 1.5 million holders. All right. We're at 1.481 right now. We set a new all-time high over the last 24 hours. Not surprising. And what's great about this is the next natural range of adoption for SHIB is to cross 3 million holders. Now, that might sound like a huge amount, and guys, it is, right? That's what most blue chip assets around the range where Shiba Inu is and has been at. That's about where they are, okay? So what you're talking about is 1.5 million new holders entering Shiba Inu. And understand, I'm not saying this is going to happen today or by March or anything like that. This is by the end of this market cycle. And what that is a lot of new holders coming to Shiba Inu that moves price to the upside. All right. Now, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. That's just what normally naturally occurs as you become a more mature asset in the market. That's what we're waiting for Shiba Inu to do, to become a more mature asset in the market. 1.5 million holders is, is nothing compared to the next level. Okay. Now, that being said, when we're looking at the ETH, the SHIB ETH chart, we're making some very nice moves here. We are actually building a big bull pennant. This has actually been playing out since the earlier part of this year. So Shiba Inu is actually right on trend with what it should be doing here. And this is actually what leads us to our next extension. I'm not sure if this will show last market cycle. The last market cycle was slightly different just because SHIB again was kind of newer. But in 2021, we kind of had a big wonky bull pennant playing out there. But SHIB is doing the same thing, kind of prepping for this big extension versus ETH. And really what ETH is doing is a strong move here too. It is now set a higher low versus BTC, and it's rebounding back to the upside. Even over the last 24 hours, ETH has taken up ground versus BTC. This is the move that we've been waiting for. All right. The move that is really going to slingshot us into up only season. And this is why I keep telling people, be prepared. Even though it looks like the market's chopping and people might look over these moves, they're very important. They're happening right now. It's the same as it's always been. The time frame is slightly different, but the moves are happening the exact same way. And this will turn into a slingshot as ETH continues to climb versus BTC, as SHIB starts to have its breakout versus ETH. It kind of acts like a slingshot, and that's what shoots SHIB towards a new all-time high. All right. So there's very exciting things happening. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I love what I'm seeing. In case you guys are curious, I do still have my long positions open. Right now, both of them are kind of sucking. My SHIB one's down like 30%. My ADA is down like 35%. And we're just kind of, again, waiting to get this slingshot back up to these ranges. If I was smart, I would probably open up one down here. And maybe I will today, but we'll see what happens. But I appreciate you guys as always. Again, if you guys do want to check out BTCC, there's some great benefits that you get, up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. There's no KYC. You can actually earn a 10% deposit bonus on your first time deposit, about $500. But let me know your thoughts. Where are you at from a psychological standpoint? Are you more on the pessimistic side? Are you prepared for these big moves to come here? Have you been taking these opportunities to accumulate on dips? I know I have been trying to add whenever I can. I've been opening up long positions when I can. And I'm basically just waiting for 2025, a time where we should see a lot of excitement in the crypto market. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.